Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Tuesday the 28th of June 2022. Remember viewers, we are live on Synergy Network. We are streaming from our studios at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road in Shogunas. We are sending a link to Synergy Television to broadcast throughout the world. So viewers, remember we're also on Facebook and YouTube. You can like and share our page on Facebook. Go onto your Facebook account, just type in Real Talk with Saieed Ali. You will see our page pops up. Like and share as we go live, viewers. So viewers, remember we're also on YouTube. It's TT Real Talk. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. So viewers, we do thank you for joining us tonight. Share our live stream. Make it your business and share our live stream tonight, viewers. It's a stormy night in Trinidad and Tobago. It's a stormy night. So as we move on with our program tonight, Trinidad and Tobago Met Office has placed the country under an orange level tropical storm warning, which means that storm conditions are likely over the warning areas within the next 36 hours. In a release, it states that the tropical wave has upgraded to potential tropical cyclone number 2, which means the system is not yet a tropical cyclone, but has the potential to intensify to a tropical storm at short notice. The Met Office added that persons should prepare to protect lives, livelihood, and property. Meanwhile, officials at the Tunapuna Piako Regional Corporation have sent for more sand as stocks there has run out. Now, a supervisor at the Tunapuna Piako Regional Corporation says they will continue to distribute sandbags to help with flood to mitigate in regions for as long as possible. He also said, while they have been given special consideration to the elderly persons who have requested sandbags, allowing them to collect on behalf of more than one household. The limit is 6 sandbags per household. So viewers, those of you in the Tunapuna Piako regional area, go down to the corporation, you need sandbags. They will provide you with sandbags with no more than 6 per household. So viewers, our program tonight is, since that we are facing a tropical storm, a cyclone, tonight I want to ask you to make it your business and call in our program tonight. Because I got to tell you something. Have you seen your MP or councillor for the day? Is a shelter prepared in your community in case of emergency? Is the ODPM active in your area? Are you seeing patrols of TTPS officers in your area? Tonight, viewers, it is the perfect night for you to call in our program and complain to us and Trinidad and Tobago about the preparation that is being made in your area through your MP or your councillor, especially since we are facing a stormy night. 2386716 is our number to call in. Feel free to do so, viewers. I want to hear from you tonight. Is there a shelter in your area? Have you seen the MP? Have you seen the councillor saying that we are active in a storm tonight? I want to hear from you. Trinidad and Tobago wants to hear from you. We want to know if your area is being secured through the ODPM, through the councillor, through the MP. We want to hear from you tonight. We want to hear from you tonight. Did you go out and panic buy? We want to know. Tonight is the night for you, the viewers, to express your gratitude towards the councillor, towards the MP, towards the chairman of corporations in your community. Tonight is the night to express your concerns about the flooding in your community. Tonight is the night for the farmers to call in the program and ask publicly what is there in place for you all after the flooding. Tonight is the night for you to do that. Viewers, we are live on Synergy Network. We are live. So now viewers, 2386716 is the phone line to call in. Feel free to do so. Let me tell you something. Tonight we're doing it for you. We want to know how your area is presently. Caller, good night. Hello?
Hello?
You're live on Real Talk. Go right ahead.
Yes. The city councillor, but he didn't get time to come in the street. It have no way for you to shelter because we house is situated just in front of the Caracara River.
What area are you calling from?
Gasparillo.
Gasparillo?
Yeah.
Okay, so you saw the councillor passing by, but he didn't come into your street.
We see him passing, but he didn't come in the street by you.
But what condition is the street in presently by you?
Right now, the river right behind the house. We're in front of the river. The river right behind the house. And it's rising. I don't know how far it will reach.
But what is the drainage like in your community?
Good.
Problems?
Problem is the water.
Thank you so much. So viewers, as the country prepare for the passage of a tropical storm within the next few hours, here are some tips and a list of essentials that will help you out. An emergency supply kit is crucial during this time. They should consist of items such as canned food items. Now you need water, you need a flashlight, you need batteries, you need a first aid kit, you need prescription medicine, you need battery operated radios, you need matches, you need sanitary products, you need plastic bag, you need a clock, and the most important thing that you need is an emergency contact number. Write down other items may include portable cell phones, chargers, sandbags in case of flooding, paper, pens, pencil, extra cash, games to keep the children occupied, and a whistle. Why is I saying a whistle? A whistle is to indicate that, hey, I am in need of help. When you blow that whistle, it will send a signal of distress to somebody close by you. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night.
What area are you calling from?
I'm calling from Maracas Gardens, St. Joseph.
All right, tell us about the condition.
Well, we just have slight rain here,
okay.
But I have never seen that MP before election, after election.
Wow.
Right? I guess the MP is busy with the education system. You would know who that is.
I understand.
Right? And I don't even know who is the councillor.
Oh my God.
Right?
Serious?
So, but we organize our business and we are okay. My family is okay.
I'm glad to hear that. Thank you so much for calling in. Now viewers, try to store your most important documents such as IDs, birth certificate, passport, vaccination card into a Ziploc bag and place it in a safe, high area. We want to hear from you tonight, viewers. I want to hear from you tonight. Tonight is the night to call in. You know why am I saying that? Because we are expecting a storm, a cyclone. We also have the supermarket president, Mr. Rajiv Dipti. Hopefully we should get in touch with him soon. But I want to hear from you tonight. Tonight is your night. We are in a stormy weather. We are in a situation. Are you hearing from the ODPM in your community? Are you hearing from the councillor? Are you hearing from the MP? What emergency shelter? What are the numbers that you would be able to get in touch with in case anything goes wrong in your community? Is there a place where you can go to get all this information? Is sandbag being provided for your community? You see, this is the things that need highlighting. It's only tonight, viewers, on a night like tonight, we would know if those in authority is ready for a storm or a cyclone that will come direct to Trinidad and Tobago. It's only on a night like tonight. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, Saieed.
Go right ahead.
Yes, Saieed. The only MP you can see is the one in Beaverton by
What area are you calling from?
El Socorro.
El Socorro.
Yeah.
What is the condition of El Socorro presently?
Well, right now there's no rain falling here, but it's just, frightening.
I understand what you're saying. Thank you so much, my friend. So viewers, head of the Supermarket Association of Trinidad and Tobago, Rajiv Dipti, have stated that shoplifting is on the rise. Dipti states that the increase in shoplifting began particularly since COVID-19 hit in 2020. And now there are gangs that are targeting high value items such as coffee, baby formula and alcohol, which is usually kept under lock and keys in secured area. He said it is both a psychoeconomic circumstances and brought forward by circumstances where many have slipped close to poverty line. Dipti also added that bandits have been a plague to supermarket as there have been criminal elements who target storage or stores with little to no security as soft and easy targets. So viewers, we are trying to get the president of the Supermarket Association to elaborate more on these shoplifting incidents. But I can tell you something. When food price go up, when cost of living go up, and people are not working, people will do all sorts of things to get food to their family. They will try any sort of thing to get food to the family. So viewers, we have on the line tonight the president of the Supermarket Association for Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Rajiv Dipti. Good night, sir.
Good night, Saieed. Good night, Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you for joining us tonight on this stormy night, Mr. Dipti.
You're most welcome.
Now, I have two questions for you. In regards to shoplifting, has anything been put in place to curb the issue of shoplifting in supermarkets?
That is an issue that has been very chronic across a very long period of time. We would have tried many times with the authorities to establish mechanisms that would ease the processing burden, because when you catch someone shoplifting, normally there's a procedure where you have to wait until they're outside the door, and then there's a significant court process from the legal side to pursue. So it's normally been something that proprietors have not been keen to follow up on. They have increased the security within the stores, which would include CCTV, armed, unarmed, and various mechanisms to check shoplifting. However, there are many supermarkets, small, medium-sized, that don't have such mechanisms in place, and these are the easy targets that we see on WhatsApp, when we see the videos, when we see the robberies, when we see the invasions.
Yes.
From the shoplifting side, it's really, we have to go back to the genesis of COVID-19 and how this evolved, because it really took the form of gangs moving across the country, across big stores, medium-sized stores, and while they would operate in a very coordinated way to create distractions and do massive shoplifting, we picked up on it. We picked up on quite a few faces that we found recurrent across the nation, and it's something that is not going away. And they usually target the high-value items. Now, shoplifting and pilferage has always been endemic to our sector. It's something that has just gotten worse with the socio-economic situation right now, where we have people more on the breadline, earning less, and they're very desperate to provide means for their families. We see that all the time. So, as much as we try to help, we try to safeguard the stores.
Now, in terms of, this is concerning the storm, the weather that we are having presently. In terms of ongoing weather alert, Are there any reports of panic buying in supermarkets?
Since 8 o'clock this morning, there were crowds and scores of persons outside supermarkets. We were expecting this as of 6 p.m. yesterday when the alert came out from the ODPM indicating that the tropical storm Bonnie would be landing in Trinidad and Tobago tonight. And we would have seen that water would have been the fastest mover for sure, and then followed closely by things like candles, paper products, batteries, and so on. And, you know, it's something that we would have seen a lot of panic buying taking place, especially after the press conference was held today at 11 a.m. And decisions had to be made quickly on closing times and closing hours for stores to make arrangements to get staff back to their household families and safe inside. So yes, we would have had a one-day panic buying of what people consider the essentials. We reminded the public that, listen, it's a 36-hour period, it's not very long that it's supposed to be going on for. Make sure you have enough of what you need and leave enough for someone else. That did not happen entirely today, but there was a lot of that going on, not just at supermarkets, but at all retail outlets.
Now, Rajiv, I know I tried to get on to you earlier since last week. Now, concerning the statement that the Trade and Industry Minister made, Gopi Schoon, right? Now, could you tell us a little about the price gouging in Trinidad and Tobago concerning the rise of the rice and the flour that recently price went up on it? Could you elaborate a little more on the price gouging as the minister would have said?
I believe that the assertion the minister was trying to make is that price gouging was taking place on flour, further to the price increases that were announced first by national flour mills and then subsequently by Nutrimix, which I think they indicated a 33% wholesale price increase by national flour mills and a 10 to 33% increase by Nutrimix, respectively. So we would have seen that those price increases were announced. We would also have noted that where this issue of price gouging is concerned, it's been entirely misrepresented. First of all, let's get into that. Price gouging occurs when you have a retailer charging an exorbitant amount beyond reason for something that is scarce. We have flour in abundance in all the groceries and corner shops and parlors, right? So first of all, consumers have quite a lot of choice where to buy their flour in the first instance. The second point to note is that if it is that prices were adjusted, now national flour mills announced a price increase, and it was supposed to take effect the day after or the Wednesday after the Monday, which was a day or two. So I think that we would have seen some adjustments taking place on the trade. Further to that, they announced that 28% price increase would have been passed on by retailers. So it's really a question now of how those margins were adjusted, and if anyone, you know, what they were hinting at, the minister, is that prices went up far beyond what was suggested. And we rejected that assertion because everyone's price is going to be different based on their cost of operation.
Yes.
In fact, I've had some reports that mega warehouse retailers in this country raised their prices so high that it raised eyebrows. So we've also putting together a list, and we're also having a meeting in due course with the minister to discuss these things, but we're very much taking a collaborative approach on it to set any misconceptions at ease.
Now, concerning price gouging in Trinidad in general, what role does the consumer division plays in that?
Well, let's get into some actual instances of price gouging, because the only time I can recall that happening inside was at the start of COVID-19 when we had the lockdowns and things like Lysol was scarce.
Yes.
If you recall, and what used to cost a can of Lysol, maybe $65 at the time of the first lockdown, maybe went to $100 plus.
Yes, yes.
Went as high as $120 at one time, and I went a little higher after that. Now, if it is that you saw the price the day before, at that, and then you came and you saw it double. Now, you would say that the store is price gouging, and probably fairly so. Now, that was not the case for anything after that, because there's no scarcity. There is flour all across the stores of the nation. If you found the price to be too high, some of these prices are advertised on Facebook, Instagram, website. You could compare them at a glance from the apps on your phone. So it's not that you don't have a choice as the consumer. You have several choices. And that goes for all products in supermarkets. Now, supermarkets, the model is built around customer retention. We want you to come back in the store, not just today, but tomorrow, because we want you to come and shop by us tomorrow. So we're not going to take advantage of prices to lose a customer for life. Because when you price gouge, that's normally what happens. There's been none of that going on. And right now, I think it's a bit unfortunate that we're getting into a blame game, especially when it was a state entity that did the price increase in the first place.
Now, is there any department that a customer could go to report?
So the Consumer Affairs Division of the Ministry is an arm of the Ministry of Trade. Normally, reports can be put together. We encourage customers to go there and make a report. However, we also urge them to properly substantiate a report. Take a picture of the receipt. Take a video from inside the store. Document your experience. That's never really been the case. You just see somebody post a status on social media, so-and-so price gouging, but you're not seeing any evidence.
I understand.
And that's something, when we say, okay, prove it, people just don't.
So once there's evidence, the Consumer Division will be able to handle it accordingly.
Once there's enough to investigate and start an investigation, because you have a camera phone, you could record video, you have a receipt, the receipt is valid, we can substantiate and corroborate it. And I'll tell you what, we'll take them to Consumer Affairs with you and try to work that out. But that's not been the case with people who have come forward in any kind of instance. And please, price gouging is not buying something for $21 if you feel it should be $20. It's a case where it's exorbitant.
Like during the pandemic where we had the Lysol spray.
Yes, now that was a well-documented case where we saw things going on. You know, I mean, we go from $65 to $130. That's crazy.
I understand. Now, Rajiv, I do want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. What advice would you give to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago concerning the stormy weather, things to put in place? What advice would you give?
We're under, a self-imposed inside lockdown right now. The storms it's going to be a rough night. Yes. I think that people should be prepared by now. Certainly, just make sure to secure your lives and your loved ones, your property, and do as best as you can to preserve what you have. We're already in this situation right now. I think it's scheduled to last till 5 p.m. tomorrow, so the worst of it should be off by tomorrow evening, and we'll see how it comes. But I do wish everyone in the nation a safe night.
Rajiv, thank you so much to you and your family. I hope you are safe where you are presently. And thank you.
You as well, my friend. Kudos to you for having the show during this time.
Thank you, my friend. So, viewers, that was the president of the Supermarket Association of Trinidad and Tobago. We are going for a short commercial break, but I just want to say this before we go for this break. Now that we understand, as long as we have evidence of price gouging, which means an exorbitant price on an item, you can record it, you can snap it, and you can send it to the Consumer Division in Trinidad and Tobago, and they will investigate it. So there is a place, viewers, to send your information. You could visit them. As long as you have proper evidence, they will investigate the matter. So yes, I wanted to clear that up tonight concerning the price gouging in Trinidad and Tobago. Now it is for us, the citizens. It is for us, the citizens, to come forward with evidence and send it to the Consumer Division in Trinidad and Tobago so that they will be able to investigate it. Yes, there is a place. Just don't come out and say, well, you went in this store and you see this and you find it too expensive. For the pandemic there, we saw Lysol that was selling for $20 reached an all-high price of $95 overnight. And that is what he explained of price gouging. So if you are experiencing that in a supermarket or a grocery or a mini mart that you visit, record it, snap it, save it, visit Consumer Division in Trinidad and Tobago, and they will handle it accordingly. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but nevertheless, when we come back, we're going to hear about our $400 million in Forex available after this break.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at RealTalk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
So welcome back, viewers. Remember, I'm a licensed money lender. Those of you who are looking for quick cash, you have security, you have collateral, is not a problem. Get in touch with me at 238-6716, 339-1670, 267-7325, or you can contact our South office at 242-7690. Viewers, our central office is on 14 Caroni Savannah Road in Chaguanas, and our south office is at 132 Cipero Road, Victoria Village in San Fernando. We love to lend. Keep that in mind. Minister in the Ministry of Finance, Brian Manning, have stated that as of May 31st, US $400 million in Forex exchange was made available to established importers to bring in essential supplies. Manning stated that the government provided support to enable business continued and access to capital through a number of programs, including the special import forex window for establishment importers. For established importers. He also added that a loan guaranteed program was previously offered in 2020 to small and medium enterprise, with an initial resource backing of $300 million. A $30 million relief grant facility, Manning said, was administered by the National Entrepreneurship Development Company. It was through NEDCO and was made available to small and micro business operator with annual revenue of less than $1 million. This was made available, all right. But the thing is, how many people have access to it? How many people have access to this? They say small and micro business. During the pandemic, I could remember that loans were being granted to small business. Loan of $100,000 to keep your business afloat. How many business places had access to this loan? How many business places? 99% of the small business in Trinidad and Tobago were not able to have access to that small loan. I'm telling you. I am telling you. Because I knew what people went through during the pandemic and the sorts of calls, the type of calls I got from business places. It was a disgrace. A disgrace. Why am I saying that? Because they gave away free money. They gave away free money. but asking corporate TNT to buy a laptop for school children when they give away free money. I don't think it easy. You think it easy? Let me tell you something. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all for some in Trinidad. It was very hard. Very, very hard. But what we did, we didn't do anything about it. Absolutely nothing. Nevertheless, we're moving on tonight. Rural Development and Local Government Minister Saieed Ali has questioned the seriousness and sincerity of the opposition, the UNC, in helping the government to curb crime. So for the next 30 minutes in our program, I want to hear from you. How was crime dealt with under the present administration? Because according to Faris is saying that the UNC is not interested in fixing crime. But I want to let you understand, the UNC is not in power. The UNC cannot give order to the Commissioner of Police. The UNC cannot give order to the Army. The UNC cannot give order to the Coast Guard. The UNC cannot give order to no security arms in Trinidad and Tobago. I want to let you understand that. Who has the power to do that? The Minister of National Security. Here it is. Arawi reflected on measures taken by the PNM over the last 7 years to deal with crime. In his almost 13 years in Parliament, from opposition in 2010 to government now, Al-Rawi testified that statistically information about crime and crime reduction was absent from consideration. Al-Rawi added that his government only deals with a plan to prevent crime. How much crime was prevented since the present administration took office? Feel free tonight, Feel free tonight. We're talking about crime. We're talking about gang warfare. We're talking about larceny. We're talking about you walking down the streets and gunplay. Like if you're in Texas. We're talking about crime. Al-Rawi added that his government only deals with a plan to prevent. What about when the crime happens? What do we have in place? How fast is the justice system going to deal with it? The speed of the case, the time frame of the case. He stated that a working justice system is an effective deterrent against crime. Effective, he said. Now, referring to his previous role as Attorney General, Saieed Ali said the number of High Court judges and Court of Appeal judges have been increased from 36 to 64 and 12 to 15 respectively over the last 7 years. Holy video. Caller, good night.
Say good night.
Go right ahead.
How the opposition could not cause the government to do well in crime. When you call the police station, they take him 2 hours to come by. In America, they take 5 minutes to respond to a call. They never have cars. They never have police.
Correct.
How you bring the competition? What are you talking about?
I understand. Thank you so much, my friend. Now listen to this video, viewers.
When we look at the statistical approach to crime being prevented as a deterrent mechanism, the system of justice falls into it. But Madam Speaker, the members opposite couldn't tell you about what a plan looked like. They spoke about something which I believe was practiced, a crime plan. We have no crime plan, Madam Speaker. We deal with a plan to prevent crime. And I can tell you, in the 7 years of discharging the role that I previously held and in the role that I have now, the following has been achieved. Number one, Madam Speaker. Number one, the first thing is to look at justice in its compartmental positions. In a system of justice, in preventing crime, we can speak to the statistics today that instead of 12 judges, we have moved the legislative number to 30. Instead of 12 judges in the Court of Appeal, we have moved it to 15. Instead of 36 judges in the High Court, we have moved it to 64. In terms of 2 masters of court, we have moved it to 29.
Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night. I'm trying to get a call, please.
Go ahead, you're live on Real Talk, my friend.
Yes, Saeed.
Talk to me.
These people know nothing about crime. The only thing them could do is lie. I don't know why some scientists, they make some kind of medication that when the PNM take it, they go stop lying. I don't know what crime we ever stopped. What crime plan they ever had. They had no plan. They only have plan to lie.
Thank you, my friend. Now, viewers, referring to comments from St. Augustine MP Khatija Amin about the opposition being an advocate for child or children protection, Al-Rawi reminded the opposition that the Children Court was born under the PNM. He reminded MPs that the PNM amended domestic violence legislation to offer greater protections to victims. Listen to this.
Madam Speaker, that is why statistically the data in relation to murders on the back of domestic violence, that there has been a 50% decrease in domestic violence murders according to the TTPS because of the direct intervention. But Madam Speaker, it was this government in 2020 that amended the Domestic Violence Act. It was this government that installed the protections of getting a domestic violence protection order from a police station at midnight on Sunday night. It was this government that allowed a magistrate to be accessible. It is this government, Madam Speaker, that can point you to the creation of a public defenders division.
So viewers, we have a little breaking news for you. This was issued by the Corporate Communication Department in Tech power outage throughout Trinidad and Tobago. So we have on the northwest, we have Blanchisseuse, the old road in Blanchisseuse. There's a crew on site presently. On the east, we have Manzalina. Now River Road in Manzalina, there's a crew assigned presently. On the south, we have San Fernando, that's on the south area. We have Golconda, Faizabad, Aladi Trace, we have Ragunanan Road. Crews have been assigned to those areas. In Faizabad, there's a crew on site. In Golconda, it has been completed. We're talking about power outage throughout Trinidad and Tobago. It is on your screen, viewers. In the central, we have the Enterprise area. Alada Trace, Ragunanan Road, crew have been assigned. We have in Tobago, we have Mason Hall. On Top Hill, crew have been assigned. Adelpha Road, crew have been assigned. We have Crown Point, the Lighthouse Road, complete. Signal Hill Road, we have Signal Hill District, and Piccadilly Road, crew assigned. We have Scarborough, Mount Maria, crew assigned. Canby, Sherwood Park, crew have been assigned. So viewers, this is breaking news in Trinidad and Tobago presently. Power outage. Tech have assigned crews to those areas, and they are trying to work. Some completed crews. Some crews are still going on site, but nevertheless, Stantec is assuring the public that they are trying its best to get power back up in these areas. Caller, good night.
Very good evening to you, Mr. Said.
To you, my friend.
I remember some time ago when that same Faris Alwari, when he was the Attorney General, said on national television that they know the names of the captains of the boat who was bringing the people from Venezuela illegally to the country, which is human trafficking, by the way, and which is a serious offense. They know the names of the taxis and the cars that was taking them from point A to point B.
Correct.
They know where these people were being held up. And
nothing came out of it.
But he is talking about the UNC is not interested in solving crime. These people, for real, boy, all the best. Have a great evening.
Thank you, my friend. I hope you and your family are safe. So, we have a caller on the line. Caller, good night. Nevertheless, we just lost him. Now, Al-Rawi, he also stated that under the PNM, a public defender's department was created to help reduce the backlog of cases in the criminal justice system, and added that 1,000 matters involving firearm offense have also progressed through the court. The thing is how long this case would go on for. How long? Meanwhile, Bartara Sawa MP Saddam Hussein rejected Al-Rawi claims that criminal justice system was working. He said to date, there have been one charge laid against, no conviction under the anti-gang legislation. Wait, and the Minister of National Security came out and said how many gangs we have in Trinidad. At one point in time, the Attorney General came out and said how many gangs we have in Trinidad and Tobago. The former Commissioner of Police, Mr. Gary Griffith, came out and said how many gangs there are in Trinidad and Tobago. And I believe recently McDonald came out and said how many gangs we have in Trinidad. There are some 7,000 gang members or something like that, the commissioner said previously, and then McDonald Jacob, and then the former Attorney General. All of them said that. Well, allegedly said that. They know the gangs, they know how many members, they know the name of the gangs, but yet these gangs exist in Trinidad today, and we have an anti-gang legislation. Caller, good night.
And pleasant good night to you, Mr. Ali.
To you, my friend. Go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk.
And I want to tell the people in this country that it appears to me that the Prime Minister is abandoning the country. You don't have the common courtesy to tell nobody or come and a little press conference, a little phone call to wish the country all the best and so forth. But that's PNM supporters is like people to treat them, you know what I mean? So, Mr. Ali, you hear the ministers talking. You hear the ministers talking and they're not consistent at all, you know.
Correct.
There's one saying something, the other one saying something different, and nobody knows what they're talking about. Al-Rawi should be the last one to talk about it. Mr. Hines turned around and tell the people in a press conference, he say he know criminals come out, went in jail, calling shots, come out and killing, all about, and licking up people. You understand? And then the same people them who condemn the former administration. When Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bissessa, right, when she was Prime Minister, she walked the talk. She went and CC about people. When she went away, that was a storm at time. The same Prime Minister told her and tell the country, she abandoned the country. She don't care nothing about the country. Today, you have the supporters right now in difficulties and nobody paying attention to them. You understand? And they will come tomorrow and say, great is the PNM and we shall prevail. In the end of the day, my friend, this country is a mess.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Who passed the law in Trinidad and Tobago where murderers will get bail?
When murderers will get bail? Is it PNM? Is it PNM? Nobody else. You ever hear this? It was the only law that people cannot get a bail for is when they commit a murder. You know, or less commit a murder. You have administration want to give people bail for that kind of thing. In the end of the day, so you're telling me I could go and kill somebody, you understand? Oh, and come on and go and take 100 and something days in jail and come back and ask. You understand? That is nonsense.
Correct.
That is nonsense. And at the end of the day, my friend, this country today has to understand that the politics, election have consequences, and the consequences today is the PNM itself that choose and it don't care about this country. They only care about one thing, my friend, and I will always say it, full the pocket of the family and friends, my look what's happening today, all part of what's happening to Tobago, what's going on right now, and you're telling me, I'm spitting all day, a hand of diesel and all of gas. The chairman had to come and beg yesterday, Al-Rawi say, they make an arrangement. While the horse is, by the grass green, the horse starving. Today I see the clean drain and thing all about hikey-fike. You understand? But it is the same minister to go and tell people they clean all the drain and river courses. And today they run all about. Lies upon lies, my brother. And people all wake up and understand that the PNM in this country, it don't care, they're not good. And if all they want to see a better life, when it's time for election, stay home and teach them a lesson. So they will never cheat also again, my friend. I thank you, my brother.
Thank you for calling us. Now, Hussein also reiterated, Saddam Hussein, UNC claimed that the government is under-resourcing the officers at the Director of Public Prosecution. He claims government is quick to attribute every murder in TNT to gang violence. So, since we're on that, listen to this. Independent Senator Sipasad has raised concern over the functioning of the public website for information on sexual offenders in Trinidad and Tobago. Remember when we pushed for that? Remember we stood right here and I said, I want to know if my neighbor is a sex predator, is a child sex offender. Remember when we pushed right here on Real Talk, I stood for days and I hammered it and I told the former Attorney General, I want to know if my neighbor is a sex offender, make it go public. Remember when I said that? And the AG understand what I was asking for. And he made it a reality. He made the legislation and he passed it. So now, question to the Attorney General, Regional Armour, about the website during his piloting of the Sexual Offense Amendment Number 2 Bill 2021. Now, Sipasashi stated that information is non-existent on the website and added that there are only 3 areas listed and the website is not user-friendly. Listen to this.
AG, I understand the sex offences registry is still a work in progress, as you're saying. My concern is the public website, sexoffenders.gov.tt. The information there, because I went and checked, is non-existent. The drop-down menu has 3 areas, Arima, Curep, and Port of Spain, and they don't work, as well as the searches by name. And it's not user-friendly, and it comes up saying...
Senator Sipasad.
Yeah, I'm giving the question now.
Oh, thank you.
The connection is not safe. AG, I would like to know when the public can expect to have a working online system that is populated in the time frames that you are going to specify, etc. Thank you.
Now listen to this. We have a caller on the line. Caller, just hold on 1 second. In response, the AG said, with the best will in the world, he could not address the question, but would make the relevant inquiries. Listen to this.
It is certainly a relevant question that targets relevant concerns. As I'm piloting the bill this afternoon, you would appreciate that with the best will in the world, I couldn't immediately address that question by way of answering it. I will make the relevant inquiries, and I certainly give the assurance that in the shortest possible time, I shall be able to assist in answering that question.
Now, caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed. Great
Go right
work,
ahead.
as usual. Now keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Mr. Saeed, this notorious bunch of criminals, this notorious bunch of pirates we have in the country, they don't want to solve crime. They're benefiting from it. they encourage crime. They want the education system to fail, because when the education system fails, they will. That is what they benefit from. The more people they could have illiterate and uneducated in this country, they will get into crime, and that is what they want. They only make excuses for the incompetence, and excuses, the one who make excuses only benefit the person who's making the excuse. That's the PNM. Why they implement the hanging? That's the law of the country. Implementing that if all they want to solve crime, but they blame everybody for their incompetence and inefficiency. Yes, they are the most notorious bunch of pirates in this country, and I will continue to say, they who pass in laws to support crime and protect criminals in this country, and they want to blame everybody else for their incompetence. Look, it's time we fire these people. They must never see the corridors of that government again. Thank you very much, Mr. Said, for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you, my friend. The AG noted, we talk about armor, he noted that there were concerns that the National Sex Offender Registry was not operating as it ought to be. Let me tell you something. It's a little while I have pushed for this. I stood right here, maybe about a year, 2 years back, and pushed for that same thing right here. Remember when I came and tell you all, I said, let me tell you something. I want to congratulate the Attorney General, Saieed Ali, for listening to my cry with the Child Sex Offender Registry going public. He passed it for us. So the children in society could be protected knowing that their offender, their attacker, would go public and would go worldwide, because anybody who was to go up on the Child Sex Offender Registry list in Trinidad and Tobago would have seen the criminal once convicted. Where is that today? Where is that today? Is the same thing goes for pepper spray? Where the hell is the legislation? We pushed it, they started to work on it, and they drop it like a 25 cent just like that. When will it actually come into effect that my girl child would sign up for it in the station and actually get a license to go and purchase it? When is it going to come forward? Call a good night.
The question I want to ask, talking to you, big man talk, okay. Will you build a house and you go break it down? At the end of the day, the government who have criminals doing what they're doing, because if they know who are the criminals, they know the name, they know where to find them, and they're not doing anything about it because the government is mining them. At the end of the day, during all the COVID time and things, them collect big money. Them collect big money to stay quiet, not to riot in the country, not to do anything, so them was being well paid. Crime in this country is a business and is being well paid. Another thing again, Trinidad people like to dotishness, like to follow too much of dotishness. We have the AG issue going on here, but who is the main shareholder in the national flour mill? Not the government. Correct. So who raised the price of flour in the country was not the government, because they have the say to increase the price of flour in the country. But the people know that was a sidetrack, because the AG issue is so hot that they come down to raise the flour and also people because of the flour price. Not coming now to talk about something about criminals in the country. So what they're doing here, you're always sidechecking the people. The people in this country, and I want to say something here, the elders in this country, if you is an elder and you want to support political or friendship and whatever to make your life the way you want it, right? What about your children? What you planning for your children, or what road you paving for your children to walk? Isn't it that you're making them to walk in hell? So why don't you do the correct thing right now, make the correct decision right now to make a better future for your children? Then what is the key? Thank you. Have a good night.
Well said, my friend, well said. You see, and this would reflect back to when the cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago decided to raise the gas price. And you know what they blame it on? They blame it on Ukraine and they blame it on Russia war. Guyana didn't blame it on the war. Barbados didn't blame it on the war when they reduced the price of gas and reduced tax on gas. They did it for the benefit of the country. Did the cabinet raise the price of gas for the benefit of the country? No. No, they didn't do that. They didn't think. Embert said, we took measures before measures took us. Ooh, what a stinking shame and disgrace. Now flour going up. You know what they're blaming? They're blaming Ukraine. Because Ukraine in war with Russia. What about other countries now, Trinidad and Tobago? What about other countries now that grow the wheat? Such as the US, such as Canada, such as China. Let's talk now. Call her good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Go right ahead, my friend.
Saeed, I want to touch on two things, right? You're talking about crime, right?
Uh-huh.
Right. A simple way to reduce, we say half of the crime in this countryside, it's to grant people the FUL, right? Once you give people firearms, legal firearms, nobody ain't coming in their house, nobody ain't coming to rob them in their business just so. Police have less work to do. But like the last caller said, crime is our business and it pays very well. And them fellas and them know that. That's why they don't want to do that. And touching on the same point you're talking about with the sex offenders registry, right? And the flower issue. Now, I wasn't even aware that we don't even purchase flour from neither Ukraine nor Russia. So I don't know what the trade minister are coming and saying the war and anything like that. I don't purchase no flour from them.
Thank you so much for saying it. I wanted somebody to call in and say that. My friend, thank you so much. I run out of time.
I wasn't even aware of that side until somebody bring it on social media and say, check it for yourself. And I went and researched it side. People should do that. And the government side, they have this habit of saying one thing and don't do anything.
They're famous for that.
Right. And if you don't go and research it yourself, you could just get played in.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. That is why I raised it. I said, what about China? Ukraine is not the world's best supplier or the biggest supplier. No, don't let them bamboozle you. Tomorrow, let my team do a research on who is the biggest wheat supplier in the world. And all you go see. All you go see for yourself. But all you hear this, Hear this. I would love to hear this. Amo. He stated that in making the amendments, we talk about child sex offender registry. Hear this man now, boy. This man fit to be an AG. Hear this. He stated that in making this amendment, there must be a balance between information given to the public and the sex offender's rights to privacy in order to prevent victimization. Amo, where you come from? Where did you come from? You gonna tell me a man sexually molested my little child and you want privacy to hear in the public domain? You want his rights as a human being to be protected? Or listen to this video.
It was determined, Madam President, in making these amendments that a balance must be struck between information given to the public and the sex offender's right to privacy in order to prevent victimization of the offender and vigilante justice. The government has determined that the society's protection from sex offenders is sufficiently important to justify limiting the sex offender's right to privacy.
We have about 1 minute. Viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but just see this last story. I will refresh it tomorrow night for you, and all of you hear things. So here it is. Until we meet again for Wednesday, the 29th of June, be safe, secure your family. Good night.